Morning trips. A wee story for you the day. It's about the day that we stung Alexander Davidson in Alloa. Right, so the guy's been convicted now. He got 300 hours community service and he's got to take part in a fucking programme. It's no stopping now, it's something else, but he's got to take part in that, and he's on sex offenders register for 3 years. But the day we stung him anyway, right, this was a long time ago, so it was all squad, you know what I mean? We all got together about 9 o'clock in the morning, and one of the boys had a minibus. So we all jumped into the minibus and we all drove up to Alloa. There were maybe 10 of us. The problem was, see the way we get addresses like legal but not so legal way, if you know what I mean. And the way we got addresses, we had 5 different addresses for this one man, you know what I mean? And they were all legit addresses for him because, like, the way we get the addresses, they've got to be legit addresses. So it was strange right off the bat, but we went up there in the morning time. We all, like, some people met us up in Alloa and jumped in the minibus, parked up their motors, jumped in the minibus, and we went to the first address. It was an old couple. We were like, we'd sent Carl and another woman on the team, I can't remember who it was, with lanyards on their neck and a clipboard and that, and they were just kidding on that they were somebody else, you know what I mean? They left the door, you know what I mean, like with the old couple in the visor, you know what I mean? We went to a second address and I couldn't actually find the number. We couldn't find the number of this street. Like, we were on the right street, but we couldn't find the number. So I asked this nurse woman, like a nurse that's going to visit an old patient, listen, have you ever saw this guy's face about here? And she's looking at him and she's going, do you know the face is familiar, but I just can't think, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't I can picture his face, but I just can't picture how I know him or where I've seen him, you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't no problem then. Little did I know I was standing right outside his actual address at that moment in time, you know what I mean? But we got back in the minibus and we went and tried the third address. But before we went to the third address, I ran across to a lassie in a block of flats, and I was talking to the lassie and I says, listen, we're looking for a fucking paedophile. His name's Alexander Davidson. Do you know if this guy here, and showed her the picture, stays in that house across there? And she went, I don't know if he stays there, right, but there's people in and out there all the time. You know what I mean? And I was like, right, cool. So we went there, and Carl and that went back to the door with the clipboard, but you could see the minibus, and you could see that it was full of men, you know what I'm talking about. So the woman's come up out with a jug of hot fucking kettle water. So I've instantly flew across the car, you know what I mean, and I lassie to make sure that they were going to be alright, you know what I mean. But the lassie walked round and put it into the wheelie bin, like poured the hot water into the wheelie bin, which was strange. And she's like, no, Alexander Davidson doesn't stay here and all that, right? And next minute, all the boys jumped out of my back and one of them shouted, he's running across the back, he's just come out the back door, he's running across the back. So we can't run through their garden, right? So we got to run in a longer way. Now I'm fast at 100 metres, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I used to be able to run 100 metres in just under 12 seconds, you know what I mean, which is super fast, you know what I mean. I'm running and I'm ahead of fucking people, right? I'm ahead of like the main faction here, you know. And at the end I realised that see one of the wee guys that was with us, he was fucking miles ahead of me, man. He was like, I don't know how fast this boy is, but this boy is super fast, you know what I mean? He's no way the team anymore, you know what I mean? He left on good terms and all that, cracking wee guy. God bless him, hope life's treating him good, you know what I mean? But I'd noticed that the boy had bust something all over the place, you know what I mean? Because a big puff of powder had went all about the place. The boy in my team has ran round on the right, I've ran round on the left, but the guy's disappeared. It's all hussies, you know what I mean? It's like a housing complex kind of thing with hussies. The guy's ran into one of them, hadn't he? We were like, bastard, man. We were sneaking about, running about the shop, going into shops and all that. We were running about, seeing if he was hiding in gardens. We thought we'd fucking blew it, you know what I mean? We go back to the minibus and we're all talking, and I said, listen, they bust something, and right away, Carl, the English boy, remember Big Carl, he had seen the same thing. The guy had bust a bag, and the boy, the fast runner, I'll call him Usain Bolt here, he saw the bag getting busted off. What it turned out to be, right, was the guy's name must have been Alexander Davidson, right? But it wasn't our Alexander Davidson, it was a local drug dealer, and he thought we were the police. He's ran out the back, sprinted across the field and bust open his fucking bag, you know what I mean, whatever he was selling, you know what I mean. Pretty funny, you know what I mean, but unfortunately the fucking guy lost money and all that, you know what I mean, but like, at the end of the day, our responsibility is getting a paedophile off the fucking street, you know what I mean, so that was our job and that's all we were fucking caring about. We went to another address and then, like, basically we ran out of addresses, so it was time, like we had to call it a day, like we thought we'd lost them. So we left, and I was thinking about handing the chat logs into the post later on that night and things like that. But I wasn't quite prepared to get in, you know what I mean? And I can't remember exactly how, right, but another address came up. I'll tell you what, it was in fact my boy. I got the address and we were looking on Google Maps, and I looked at it and I said, that's exactly where I was standing when I was talking to Aunt Nurse. You know what I mean? And like, we realised that the door is like side on in the street, if you know what I mean. It's hard to explain, you know what I mean, but it's side on. It's like a side door, you know what I'm talking about. And get the team together and all that. Everybody was there that morning, we're ready to go again that night. Now, fucking fair play to every single person in that minibus, you know what I mean? For the driver right down to the person in the back seat, because you're talking, this is like 15 hours we put into this, you know what I mean? No, let's not say 15, let's say 12 hours we've put into driving from Glasgow to Alloa, Glasgow to Alloa again, and going round doors chasing fucking drug dealers through fields and all that. We get to Alloa, we pull up, we go to the door, we tap the door, and Alexander Davidson answers the door. You know what I mean? Right away he sees us all and he's shocked. Like, you see it in the video yourself, he just looks dumbfounded, you know what I mean? I say to him, we're here to talk to you about your internet activity. And he went, who are these? And I said, we're the Wolf Pack. And we're here to talk to you about fucking talking to Wayne's online. And he's like, right away admitted it. He's like, listen, I didn't mean to do it, I'm lonely and all that. We started saying to him, listen, that's no fucking excuse, you know what I mean? No excuse at all. But then, by this time a crowd's building up, you know what I mean? His neighbours have started coming out and things like that. And I know one of his neighbours, and one of his neighbours is a fucking a nasty guy, you know what I mean? He's like, he'd cut you up in a fucking heartbeat, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, we need to get the police to get this fucking pedo out of here, you know what I mean? So we phoned the police and all that, but I spoke to Alexander Davidson very nicely that night for one reason and one reason only, right? And it's because it was a door knock, and we couldn't risk him shutting the door, because we can't in Scotland, we can't legally stop him from shutting the door, right? So if he shut the door, he could have went and deleted evidence and all that. So I kept him talking, being nice to him. The guy that was beside me, he was talking to him, being nice to him, just to keep that door open, you know what I mean, to keep that line of communication open. The wife's walking about in the background and all that, you know what I mean. I said to the wife, Connie, you go and sit in the sitting room so don't catch you on camera in. And she didn't come back out. And he's went to court anyway, and he said to the court that he's had no sexual relationship with his wife for so long, and that's why he done what he done. So the judge said to him, well, if these had been real kids you were talking to, and not people pretending to be kids that age, you would be going to prison. Now here's my thing. A High Court judge, not a sheriff, a High Court judge ruled, right, that anybody found talking to decoys would be charged as if they were talking to real Waynes, right? A High Court judge ruled that, you know what I mean? Now, that judge just went against that and sentenced him on it being decoys and no real Waynes, whereas he should have sentenced them on it being real Waynes, because that's the High Court judge ruling, you know what I mean? Now, I believe the guy should have go to jail. Well, we had 4 decoys on him, and a real Wayne had came forward, like a parent a real Wayne had came forward, but I don't think they ever made a statement to the police, you know what I mean? I'm not going to bring them down or nothing like that for no fucking getting them off the street and all that kind of bullshit, because some people just don't want to put their Waynes in that situation where they need to like go through police and all that kind of shit. But what people have got to understand is, like, the Wayne might not have been touched, right? But see the words and the video clips and the videos and the pictures and the links to masturbation and things like that, that still does a lot of damage to our Wayne's brains, you know what I mean? It still leaves our Wayne's feeling dirty, you know what I mean? It still does mental damage to our Wayne's. So we really need to be, if your Wayne gets groomed online, right, you really need to be making a statement to the police, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be hard, you're being going through court and that, right? But like, your Wayne needs justice, you know what I mean? Because your Wayne is mentally hurting, you know what I mean? Like, a Wayne can't just shake that off, like seeing that for the first time and all that, hearing things like that for the first time. Some creepy old man. Now he was like 45 and looked 65, you know what I mean? The funny thing is, I've actually been charged for a breach of the peace for that night. Even though it was probably the softest thing I've ever carried out in my life. You know what I mean? Like I spoke to him very gently, you know what I mean? Just to keep that door opened, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm facing charges for it, you know what I mean? But do you know what? I'll happily fucking go to court and I'll happily fucking plead my case, you know what I mean? Because see, at the end of the day, we exposed a dangerous man, right? A man that was seeking sex every Wayne's, you know what I mean? Like it was actually targeting Wayne's as an easy option, you know what I mean? Because a woman would have been too hard for him to get. You know what I'm talking about? So he was deliberately targeting Wayne's. To me, that's dangerous and deserved jail time. Don't know what you guys think. Maybe you can say in the comments what you guys think. He should have got 4 decoys and a real Wayne, but the real Wayne didn't give a statement. But the chat was vulgar. He fully admitted it. He told the police in the house, I knew what they were there for. Are you talking about us? He knew what we were there for. He had expected us. You know what I mean? Things like that, right? So, like, he's admitted guilt on numerous occasions. He's admitted what he wanted to do. How can you not jail the guy? You know what I mean? Like, he's basically, his sentence is like a kick in the balls happy mine for a breach of the peace. I mean, I got 200 hours community service, 2-year hunting ban and 2-year probation for a breach of the peace, you know what I mean? And the only reason we had to plead guilty for that is because the summary of evidence was like a fairy tale, you know what I mean? But after all my court cases are finished, I will post the summary of evidence on each case and you guys can see the evidence that they were going to put forward to a judge compared to the video that you watched online and make your own mind up, right? Were Wolfpack the target of the Crown? Was that the target of the Crown? That's enough for the day, guys, right? I hope you all have a lovely fucking day and God bless you all.